GemCutter Podcast episode. Big Dirty in the building. Bars in the building. Freedom Vice, everybody. Freedom Vice, the photographer extraordinaire, beef jerky connoisseur, homeboy of mine.
Hey, can you bring it back? Can you bring one of those bags over here, Mike? Hell yeah, shout out Mike.
Yeah, I'm down.
Putting this together.
Yeah, toss out the hors d'oeuvres.
Oh yeah, let's show this up.
Yeah,
My sponsors.
there's the jerky. Shout out Freedom. Hit up Freedom online or go to what is it? Bay Area Specialty Jerky. You know what I'm saying? But go
Freedom Vice, holler at Bars.
You can go get some.
Go through my boy for
But
the
it's
for the
easier
plug.
if I do it for you.
For sure. Yeah, you had a gang of that jerky at the what was it, the music video party.
Music video party.
Yeah, that shit was lit. The jerky was lit. The party was lit. Talk about that party a little bit.
Yeah.
How'd you get the idea for that?
Well,
How do you go about setting those kind of things up?
Well, it all started a long time ago when Nico for Show and Big Dirty released their Dirty Business album, and I liked it so much that I was like, yo, let me just do like a behind the album documentary on it. And I asked him, if that was cool, because I mean, you guys remember like the making of the albums back in the day on MTV.
Oh, yeah.
MTV was the shit.
Those were sick.
VH1.
And VH1 did that, right? I mean, I was on both channel 44, 43.
Rock of Love, Flavor of Love.
Oh yeah, Flavor Love, Flavor
Play.
Yeah.
Bridget.
That's your girl. That was
No,
your
it wasn't my girl. That was for some reason.
Seen a likeness.
For some reason, Flavor Flav like Bridget Nielsen from Rocky 2. Was it Rocky 2?
Ebony and
Rocky
Ivory,
3?
bro.
Yeah, that was wild. So I was trying to, kind of get that vibe again of creating an album documentary on it.
Right.
Because I always thought it'd be cool to do something like to tell Nick's story a little bit. And Nico kind of did that with the whole album, Ode to Dirty. He did a double album.
Right.
And it's because they've had so many tracks laid out in the library.
Let me interrupt your
need.
story a little bit just so you can elaborate on. So you decided to do this on him. Why? You guys are boys. How and why?
Well, Big Dirty, he was like my stepdad for a little while, so I was just like, I gotta be, friends. I'm just kidding.
You guys are the same.
Nah, it's stupid. I'm a big time bullshitter, and you can believe that. But yeah, Big Dirty's been around, and he's kind of been the hub for everybody ever since before high school.
The hub where?
At Livermore High.
Out in Livermore.
Yeah, I mean, he was
Shout out
literally...
Livermore again.
Yeah, Livermore. He was like, him and your brother and his brother are like, I don't know, 2 blocks from the high school. So it was like lunch at Dirty's and after school parties. And that's kind of how we met. And then he was always doing music then. So anyways, like the reason that I kind of wanted to, tell his story was because, all the work he's been doing. And, Nico and him made that album, and it's all been pretty much collaborations of everybody together. Right. And it was really cool to get to show the network and to just show the work that they've done and everybody. You were in it. And it was just like a huge group of people. So
I was in it. Fugwell was in it. Shout out Fugwell. Cold House Productions is in it. Shout out Kyle.
Yeah, I mean,
Mic Angelo's got a shot in there. Hayes is in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, on the album, it was a lot of people in the documentary. Not as many, but it was a cool. It's called Fully Functional. It's out on YouTube.
Right. So go shout out the fucking video on YouTube. Fully Functional, the documentary by Freedom Vice about Big Dirty and Nico for Sure.
Yeah, and I was like, once I was done, I was like, we should just go over to like Nico's house or something and do like a viewing party and just kick in barbecue. And talking with you about it.
So wait, because you have all this, what is the documentary process like? What is?
Oh, it was.
You're getting footage of what?
It was pretty easy actually for that because it was mostly interviews with people and telling their story on on the album, and their, how the beats came up, and how samples were made.
Okay.
And so the documentary was pretty easy. It was just, I went track by track, and
So
just
you just
talked about it.
grabbing random footage here and there, studio sessions, wherever you can get footage from. I think you got footage from the show we did, right?
Yeah, I got that show, but I don't think I put that in there because it was.
Fuck!
I don't think it was around the same time I dropped it, but I did, like you guys' The Real Cutters.
Nope.
I'm pretty sure I dropped some of that, or, so anyways, like, you asked about Music Video Party, and the reason I'm telling this whole fully functional documentary is because I asked you, I was talking to you about doing it at Nico's house for the showing, and you were like, think big.
Turn the fuck up.
He's like, you gotta think big, bitch.
Bitch.
You gotta think big. And so why not rent out a movie theater or some shit? And I was like, well, fuck it, I'll try. And I did, and it wasn't hard. At a local Livermore Vine, I just convinced him it was local artists and local everything, and it was all related.
You just popped your pee. You just fucking reached right out to them.
I just went in, and they were like, yeah, we can make it work. And then Big Dirty was in contact. You were gonna say something?
We were trying to make it a bigger deal. We tried to bring in weed vendors and all this other thing, and then we almost lost it. But then the guy was like, "No," and we were like, "All right, cool."
Wasn't
like,
down with
we
the
won't
weed
have the
vendors.
weed vendors, dude.
No,
Like,
I
fuck
got
no.
excited. I get excited, and I get ideas.
You gonna
and
bring
I'm like,
rappers and weed in this motherfucker? He
was.
said,
we
hell
smoothed it
no.
out.
Yeah,
and we
it
were
was.
able to maintain that.
It was gonna be an
That
event,
is not
and
the look of Livermore.
no, it was not Livermore. It was not that kind of friendly. They were like, and I was like, they're businesses. We're trying to support businesses. And he's like, I don't want pot. It's gonna stink up all the.
Bruh called it pot.
so-
I think if they
Yeah.
would have let us, dude, we would have had strippers.
Hey, at
we
least
would've
he
had-
said
no, I'm
pot.
just
He didn't say dope.
You
Yeah.
asked for the inch to get
Smelling
that
that
mile.
dope.
So
Them old people always call
Old
it
folks say
something.
shit, smoking that dope.
dope.
Or like John Witherspoon was drinking that wine, smoking them tweeds.
Yeah, doing-
Yeah,
doing
not
joy.
even being funny. They were just like, see, no pot staining my curtains, and so I was like, okay, well, we don't need that. We don't need that. I just want to show the video.
They did say the curtains too. Huh?
Yeah,
All right.
that's what they were
They
serious.
did say the
I got
curtains.
the emails to prove it. I'll put it on the screen right there. So yeah, fucking nah. It was cool because I just settled it. I was like, look, honestly, I mean, just want the video to be played, a little premiere. I'm a pretty good email writer. I think I should get into copywriting and just write emails because he was like, okay, I changed my mind.
That's what's up.
And so, I did the documentary, but it was kind of short. It was only a half hour long. And so I squeezed in like 10 videos at the beginning and 10 at the end of it, and just had videos playing, music videos that Big Dirty shot. And I was like, damn, this is kind of like a music video party because everyone was just chilling and getting to watch everyone's, work. And so I was like, why don't I just do that and just do like a night of music videos? And,
Right.
And, Big Dirty was like, still working. Like, he just works like crazy. And, he'll do like 3 or 4 in a month and,
And drop them.
yeah. And so I was like,
By the time we did the documentary to the music video, you already had almost a new set of videos to.
yeah, it was almost just like what he's done for the year. And then, so I figured it wasn't going to be enough. So I started to bring in other videographers and other artists that have shot not just what he's done, but trying to reach out and kind of make it a little bit of a film festival. And it helped pay for the rental. So really the first one wasn't even out of pocket.
Right.
It was just like, I rented, I rented out ad space and I got sponsors. Where's my ad? Where's my jerky? They were one of the sponsors.
Yeah.
And I was giving it out and people were like loving it and they were buying it.
The producers over there
The
eating it.
producer was trying he's over here hogging it. But yeah, no, I mean, I had some of this jerky and it's not like anything you've ever had before. It's
Man,
like,
that shit is spicy.
It's
I don't even have to sell it. You try it and you love it.
it's your
It
special
is
meat.
delicious.
Spicy, but
Try
it's
my meat. It's
smash.
salty and spicy.
It's not regular jerky.
No, it's like brisket bacon.
It
It's
is.
like crispy. You know what I'm saying? Like, look.
It says right there,
It's
brisket
chips.
chips. This is them
Yeah.
right there too. But
The
anyway,
shirt's wet.
yeah,
I like that.
yeah. He
Oh, you got the
sponsored.
crunchy going.
Little ASMR.
Oh yeah, AMSR. Yeah. Yeah, but so they were happy to sponsor. They hooked me up, and then I got a lot of hookups. barbershop. I shot a video for them.
Livermore Barbershop.
Yeah, Livermore Barbershop. Shout out Jerome. Shout out Livermore Barbershop.
Right.
And then, you know, there's a hot sauce company. Shout out 3 City Heat. It's my boy Chase. He was like, yeah, for sure, I'll run an ad. So
you're just pulling all your little connections and networks that you have to try to pull them together.
Yeah.
And make one bigger function happen and stand on top of that.
Yeah, because I figured it would get kind of tiring to just watching videos the whole time. So I was like, I got to kind of spice it up with something. So I brought this and was handing out samples, and people remembered it. And then
so for the
mostly just for memories.
The music video party, you slapped a bunch of music videos. I pulled up. I caught some of the end of the skits. Talk about you like
So
because you do still pictures. You take street photography. You do videos. You've made a video for Nico. You know what I'm saying. So there's multiple things that you do behind the camera.
Yeah, I don't think I ever really chose one lane. I just like the whole freeway. I think I'm gonna just like, you know, keep changing lanes whenever I want. You know, one of those drivers. But yeah, you know, I started with street photography, and I kind of morphed, and then I saw what Nick was doing, and I was like, I want to try, you know. But you know, we did some skits. We incorporated some work that other people have done. So, you know, Sir Shits-a-Lot was kind of an old OG. Shout out Sir Shits-a-Lot. He's an old head that not a lot of people remember, but I found it, and like I showed Nick and Nico, and they couldn't believe it, that it looked just like Nico, but it wasn't even him. And then, you know, I had Fugwell in there. I showed him, and he had a record that looked, you know, that was a Sir Shits-a-Lot.
His name is really Sir Shits-a-Lot.
Sir Shits-a-Lot. It's hella hard to say. I always stumble. Sir Shits-a-Lot. Say that 10 times. That's a check mic.
What?
1, 2, Sir Shits-a-Lot. It's so hard. But yeah, I mean, and we did a Will It Scratch with Fugwell, which is something that he does a lot. He'll just pick a record and see if it scratches, and he did it with Sir Shits-a-Lot. And you know, and then I had Dregs One involved because he does the history of rap and history of the Bay, and he's you know, in that lane mostly of like the history. So you know, he actually did one on Sir Shits-a-Lot too, which was crazy. So so we put that up there as a skit and just kind of ran it like that, and it was fun. And
where does this footage live at?
I don't know. I think you had to be there
on your computer for.
You had to see the music video party to.
That's
never
to
be there.
That's gotta live on the internet, bro.
It might drop. I don't know. We'll see after this.
Gotta drop after this. You're talking about it now. People are gonna want to see what the fuck you're talking about.
Click that link right here when it pops up. But yeah,
because you're gonna have to drop it. You're talking about it.
Where's he from?
I feel like they get the story. Yeah, I mean, nobody knows. Nobody knows where he's at.
Parts unknown.
Yeah,
like the Ultimate Warrior.
He's definitely. Yeah, and. You know, music video party came about because of the documentary, and I was able to figure out ways to not be out of pocket, and so that's why I got all these sponsors and I made it fun with the skits, but it was really about networking and getting all of our friends together. That you know, Big Dirty's got a huge list of people, and then everyone else has also got their own cliques, and it was crazy to get them all together at once. And unless it's a live show, there's really no other times to do that. So I thought it was cool to showcase, you know, music videos and, you know, get ideas from that. And we had Stray Rebel Bullet, which isn't, you know, they're not hip hop, they're metal, and you know, a couple other genres made it cool to be able to get ideas from videos. So that was the main goal of it. But
that's what's up.
It was cool to just get everyone together.
Yeah, for sure. You know, like I said, and it takes a lot of initiative and a lot of networking and organization to kind of pull those events off like that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, you know, that's you flexing another muscle than just the shooter finger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's where it started though, was photography. I mean,
was you just flexing that shooter finger muscle?
Yeah, I mean,
we'll talk about that. Like, what's, you know, what kind of shit did you start with to begin with, and you kind, you know, going through what, you know, cameras you like, don't like, you kind of have to feel your way through it, right?
Yeah.
Invest in the stuff, lose money, buy cameras, sell cameras?
Well, I mean, I never sold anything, but that's just because
Your soul is mine.
Yeah, I'm a little hoarder out of order. But you know, my friend Gerald Currents on Instagram.
Shout out Current.
Yeah, he's a pretty goddamn good and consistent street photographer, and you know,
The black and whites.
Black and white, yeah.
Yeah, black and white, you know, which is kind of popular in street photography like culture, but the way he does it is unlike anybody else.
Yeah.
And you know, I used to work with the guy, and you know, one day he was just like, "Yo, you want to buy this camera?" And I was like, "Word!" And so I did, and it was a Fujifilm X100V, I think it was. And so I was like, "Let's go, let's take me out, let's go to the city," because he would go into like Chinatown and a financial district and just go and take photos of strangers and like cool stuff, and it was all candid. So like street photography is very candid and very like, you know,
Yeah.
not, you know, secretive.
What are you looking for when you're doing that? You know what I'm saying?
Well, so I mean, for me, I was more interested in like characters and like people that you only would see in the city. And like, I mean, my first post was the, I forget what I called it, something like the Lonely Mariachi, and it was this dude in a wheelchair just singing like Spanish music, and you could hear him like 3 blocks down, and we were just like, I was like, I gotta go get a photo of him, and I shot him 5, and he stopped singing for a photo for a minute, but
Yeah.
and then I went online and I posted it, and I seen that a lot of street photographers in the city have his portrait on Instagram, so kind of like wanted to become more of a portrait photographer,
Right.
like that, and just take pictures of people. And you know,
You didn't know that while you were doing it. You kind of found that out after you.
well, I wanted to start I was like, my first project idea for photography was gonna be called Bums and Bottles, which is pretty fucking shitty, bro. But
That's some city ass
that's
shit.
the fucking, hey, you know, you gotta have bad ideas before you have good ones.
There would be no bum fights.
Bums and bottles. And I was gonna just like find fools and just give them a bottle, and every photo would just be a bum with a bottle. And that was literally gonna be my whole page.
I love it, bro. I'm just
I love
Just
it.
like the
dude.
most, yeah.
You mean
and-
I'll
like
be
a
your first
full
guy,
one
bro.
of alcohol for them?
No,
Like,
it's an
you're just gonna be like, here's
empty
this
one
bottle, enjoy it,
full
take
of
a photo,
water.
Word.
and then get fucked up.
yeah, like, give me that
Tap
bottle
water.
back. I gotta go fucking beat this guy. No, I wouldn't. But it was just like, I don't know if you ever tried to talk with like a lot of the homeless people in San Francisco, but
No, that's not a thing normal people have on their agenda, bro.
No.
It's go fucking talk to. No.
it's, I mean, I speak crazy, so I can kind of fuck with them a little bit. But it's a fully different breed out here, and it's just like it wasn't safe, but it wasn't smart, and it wasn't something that I needed to be doing. And it kind of felt like I was exploiting him a little bit.
You
That's
were.
something I
You
didn't
were.
want to do.
You were, bro.
with
Yeah,
that
you were.
idea, with
You
that-
definitely were,
With
bro.
that idea, I was, yeah. No, the portraits was different. I was making them look cool.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
You were making them look cool while you were
And
exploiting
telling
them.
the backstory about him a little bit.
I never did do Bums and Bottles, so you
Good.
can't ever
Thank
find
you.
that. It's
Thank
just a shitty idea. But yeah, the exploitation and then the fear also kind of got me off of it. But
You were feeding off the juice of being out, going out,
Yeah,
doing something, creating,
getting better.
stirring it up.
Yeah, getting better at anything is addictive, and I think like once you kind of find something that you've gotten better at, and you can see how far you've gotten and how much more you still have to go. I mean, that's kind of a thing that, you know, in photography, it's not any different than anything else. You know, it's just like you said, it's flexing a muscle, it's growing a muscle. So it was that, you know, and going out into the city, and then you know, I shot a picture with Nick's camera, and it was perfect right away. And the camera that Gerald sold me,
Piece of shit.
it was like 1 out of 20. It was fully manual, so I just wasn't good at it.
You didn't know what the fuck you were doing.
I didn't know what I was doing, and I probably could pick it up now and do a lot better. But
right.
back then it was rough. So I mean, I picked up the the new technology in these cameras, it's
Probably
a lot
makes it easier
easier
for
to
you.
take a
Yeah.
good photo with
Yeah.
it. So
That's with
User-friendly.
technology across
Yeah.
the board, though, right? Producers are finding it easier to make beats and get into the game
for
because
sure.
the DAWs and the everything's
Now, the
easier.
AI now, the
Yes,
AI
I was gonna
videos
say.
are gonna be just crazy.
AI
I was gonna bring
songs.
up AI too. Like,
Don't even go into the lab, just use my voice and have the thing write it.
but I think there's success in that if you just learn how to use it. It's just another tool. If you try to like kind of, I'm never gonna fuck with AI. I'm always gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Eventually, everyone's gonna be on that, and you're gonna be kind of in the shadows. So I feel like just learning one of these websites that there's like hundreds out right now of AI. If you learn one, then you could get good at that and make it work for you. So, I'm actually kind of for AI. I
Yeah,
like it.
yeah.
It's gonna make editing way easier.
Yeah, you also fly a drone, so you're
Yeah, I'm a drone guy.
you're part of the robot
Tech.
clan.
Yeah, I fuck with it. Yeah, I got a pilot's license.
You get some dope footage with the drone? I've seen a lot of it. This shit comes out clean as fuck.
Yeah, the drone's cool. It's great to have a bird's eye view, and I just like to fucking see how good I can get with that too. I feel like slow and steady. I get a cool shot, can look pretty cinematic, and it's good to have. It's good to have a view of like where you're at. I mean, when you guys did the real cutters and you went out to the gardens, I was like dying to put the drone up in the air, but we didn't have time. But I was like, this would have been a cool shot. But that video came out so sick that it wouldn't have really. It would have been too much.
Yeah,
It
that
would've
was
been
that
too
was
much.
Ant Dez on the video. Shout
Yeah.
out Ant.
Yeah. Yeah, he's making videos like crazy too. I was trying to
Yep.
get him involved at music video party, but maybe the second annual one
Yeah, for
we'll
sure.
have more guests.
For sure. Off top, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, the more I'm dropping, Barz is dropping, Dirty's, we're all dropping, you know what I'm saying? You've done a couple videos under your belt, we'll expand our network, and it's only going to be, people only really want to tap in with what we're doing, what we got going on, man.
Yeah, I mean, once they start seeing you do stuff and you're making waves, that's when I think people will start, trying to knock at your door. That's why, Dirty's just always working, and that's why people are seeing that he's got a ton of shit, because, he never stops. And, I like to, I haven't really posted anything on Instagram in a while. I've been kind of selective with projects, and I don't know, I kind of move slow, so I'm not reaching that level. But it's cool because I'm on a lot of videos. I'm with do a lot of work with him, so it makes me feel like I'm doing something,
Yeah,
Kinda
yeah.
collabing and teaming up
bro.
with
Yeah.
him.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
I wear my Big Dirty shirt. I'm like an employee. So, a lot of what I do is because of what Big Dirty's done. And so thanks, dude.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Drone. Look
Yeah.
at us.
Good guy, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, like specifically just for like me and Barz, we had you guys do the No Other Way to Be, video. That was kind of one of our first videos. That was, like I said, it was kind of in the beginning stages of our relationship, and that was really fun to do. We was at Blink Tone for some of that. Shout out Blink Tone, doesn't exist no more.
Oh, it doesn't, huh?
Nah, they shut that down.
That's
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
but there's a bunch of other, film studios coming up in the Bay. You know what I'm saying? It's just very popular and very predominant now for people to shoot their own videos and line up their own sets and do that kind of stuff. Like I said, you have anybody you're looking at or looking forward to working with, or
I'm I've got all these ideas. But like Dirty said, it's kind of what the artist's idea is. I have these on the back burner in case someone doesn't have an idea or whatever. I like to try to create a package and then maybe sell that to somebody to see if they, could see how it matches. But for the most part, someone has a song and they have their idea what that video is going to look like, and that's the way it should be. So I've been kind of working on other projects, like maybe doing short films or documentaries.
A video we just shot is coming out on the 5th. It's for Bose De Leon. He's got a new video coming out.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Shout out Bose.
Yeah.
What's that? Where's that at? You did the crime video that happened at your work spot too, right?
The crime video just came out. Yep. Me and him got a project coming out too, and it's all coming out on the 5th. A new video and a whole album too.
Studio sessions.
Yeah, he just dropped a studio session today too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Bose De Leon's heating up.
Yep. He's coming swinging pretty soon here.
Nice. Yeah. Yes. Talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, I got ideas. I just linked up with a lowrider guy, like a lowrider club that I think would fit good with a lot of our artists, and if that's ever requested, then we have that option, or at least we can present it as something. Because I mean, it's like Cinco de Mayo this Friday, and it's like
big holiday.
Yeah, so the whole Bay all week is gonna be just full of lowriders. So I feel like now's the time to get out and shoot something with that to get that kind of look going, which is badass. They got a lot of cool rides, and they just they cruise and they're cool. So it'd be cool to put that in. It's kind of a part of hip hop culture, I think, because
of course.
Yeah. So
off top, Latino culture has pushed hip hop culture not only in the past 10 years, but really the whole time underlying. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why the Black and brown community, there's a lot of friction, but we try to pull together a lot. And through this music thing and us sharing the space and kind of utilizing things like Carnival and other places where we can kind of be on the same platform and highlight each other's cultures and shit. That's that's what makes everybody fucking thrive.
Hell yeah.
You guys do that, like I said, with the photography and with the videography. Like I said, you don't necessarily have like one niche or one thing that you're kind of shooting or sticking to. You kind of like work with anybody or everybody as long as it's good vibes.
Yeah, I mean the artistry has to be good. Like the artist is good, the vibes are good, and then that's what it kind of is, the recipe. But I mean, yeah, it's fun. It's fun to do that, and we're out here trying to have fun while we're making something cool.
Right.
So if it's not fun, it doesn't make you money, you shouldn't be doing it.
Fuck that.
So why not try to do both?
Yep, 100%. I feel that. So yeah, what do we got, Mike? 5 minutes? For sure. Yeah, like I said, this has been a pleasure. Hooray! You guys are both esteemed workers, just grinding constantly. You know what I'm saying? It's just wanted to spend a little time, during the podcast to highlight that. You know what I'm saying? I want to tell everybody, shout out Big Dirty. You need any videography, videos, where can they find you? Let everybody know.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
recording,
saying?
Engineering, yep.
Beats, any of that.
Yep. Just Big Dirty on Instagram, BigDirtyProductions925 on Instagram.
You got the YouTube channel or anything like where the Spotify, it's all under Big Dirty.
Yeah, it's all under Big Dirty. Well, I don't have a YouTube channel. I got a Spotify, but yeah. Tap in with me, man. Yes, sir. Going up.
And majority of Nico for shows videos and Fat Mike's videos.
Real trap shit.
That man right there. Same thing like Freedom said. He's usually behind the scenes shooting BTS or doing stills for the whole crew and the gang. Oh! Freedom, let them know where they can find you at.
Yeah. Freedom Vice. Freedom_Vice on Instagram, Freedom Vice, Freedom_Vice on YouTube. But I mean, you gotta hit up BigDirty925, BigDirtyProductions925, really for anything, and I'll be there. So
people wanna work with you guys. Instagram's the best way.
Yeah, I'd say. And then
you get a response. If you don't,
yeah. Well, I tell you, I usually like to work with people that have somebody to vouch for them, and if not, then get on my level. Just tap in, and I'll check your vibe, check your music, see what we got a little application process, but
yeah,
it's not a big deal.
Into the DM, you get vetted.
Yeah, it's good to have an appointment. We don't really do the walk-ins type of shit.
No.
Yeah,
there's no
so tap in with the gang. Like I said, there's
I'll do what I want.
A vast network of people that we associate with and interact with. This is what we're doing the podcast for, and why we're all open, humble artists. You know, everybody's here to network. Everybody's here to give their own space and let each other shine. So again, PapiBarz, Big Dirty, Freedom Vice. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. The GemCutter Podcast. I'm Hoodwink 415 at the BQM Studio. Shout out Mic Angelo, the man in the glasses,
Yes,
shake
sir.
my asses,
The man
and
to
aerobic
make it
classes.
happen.
Thank you, everybody. We'll get you next time. Tune in. Yeah.
Go Dubs.